Hey, welcome. Hi guys, welcome to Sector Three's live Twitch stream. Our last actual Twitch stream for this year, 2014.
Yes.
Been a good year so far, I think. And incidentally, the last Twitch live from this office, where for some of you who might know or not, you know, Sector 3, we are moving to a brand new office space for the beginning of next year. And we will continue certainly our developments with RaceRoom, amongst other things as well. So today is a little bit of an insight as to what's coming next from the guys here at Sector 3. You know, we've got, two nice updates, I think, that's coming just before Christmas for you guys sitting at home. And then maybe a little bit of insight as to what's coming, for 2015. And when we look at 2014, certainly, from my aspect, it's definitely been exciting. We've seen RDRT being introduced to the platform. We've got WTCC as well. And let's not forget that we have, quite a few more race series coming for the future. So it's definitely interesting times ahead. But let's focus today on certainly the next coming update, which these guys. So here I have JF and Sonnet next to me.
Hello.
We'll tell you a little bit more about it, JF. Sonnet.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can start with what's coming, like in the very coming days, very soon, before Christmas, like you mentioned, Chris. And that will be, as you know, the GT Masters 2014 experience. And that will introduce new tracks to the game. There is Slovakia Ring and also Saxon Ring that are completely new to the platform. And yeah, as long also some features will be introduced with that update that Sonnet can maybe touch on, like including pit stops.
Yeah.
We'll maybe talk about that a bit later on. But regarding the tracks, we actually have some interview of our track artist that worked on Saxon Ring, which is Alex Humler, that we recorded prior to this stream. And he's explaining a bit what it meant to him to work on Saxon Ring. And I suggest we just listen to this.
Absolutely.
Hello Alex, how are you?
I'm good, thanks.
Maybe you can introduce yourself to the people that don't know you.
Sure. So hello everyone, my name is Alex Humler. I am from Germany and I currently work as a track artist for Sector 3 Studios. And I also have been working for Symbian Studios as well.
Are you working on complete tracks?
Yeah, actually I work on all the aspects of creating a track, like starting from collecting reference. I've done that as well. Usually it's Jay's job, but right now we have been working on some tracks that are near my area, so I went there to gather reference and then started laying down the layout and the elevations and then basically arranged all the terrain. And then I had a colleague of mine working on the assets and the buildings. Those I'm gonna implement and then work on the rest of the terrain, basically setting vegetation and audience and everything. So basically from A to Z working on the tracks.
Right, and what was the last track you worked on?
In the last couple of weeks I was working on Saxon Ring circuit for the upcoming ADAC GT Masters packet. It's a track I am very familiar with since I live quite near. And I also have been updating Portimao circuit because it has become a free track lately, so we thought we're gonna, lift it to our current standards in terms of shaders and textures. So that one got a little overhaul as well.
And how does the process of creating a track look like?
So, well, the first step is always research, obviously. So we gather as much information about the track as we can, which means we usually go there for a track walk, which means we have the track for ourselves for at least a day. We take pictures and video of the complete track and all the surroundings and everything we can basically get in front of the camera. And in the case of Saxon Ring, I actually did a couple of laps on the actual circuit myself with my Mazda MX-5. I did a basic training on it. So to get really into the groove of that track, so that's a real plus if we can drive it as well, of course. And additionally to photos and videos, we try to get CAD data, which will help in getting the precision up to, I don't know, a couple millimeters, couple of centimeters, which really helps there to create the layouts and all this stuff. And then we start by putting down the rough layout, refining the flow of the corners, adding elevation as well as camber to it. And then it's going for first in-game driving tests, checking if the layout is all right, if it feels okay, if it looks okay. And then we start by adding curbs and near terrain, the walls, fences, armco, and then basically the far terrain. And then somebody will work on the assets and the buildings that are going to be implemented in the track. So everything else will be just putting in vegetation and general tweaks and polishing it to the standard that we have right now.
So was there anything special about the Sachsenring creation for RaceRoom Racing?
Well, not like special about the creation, but special being a special track for me, because this is where I got infected with the motorsport virus. It was in '97 when I first visited the track with my dad, and we were watching a touring car series, the STV Cup. And yeah, that was basically the first time I went to a track and saw real race cars and was super excited about it, and then just followed up on, you know, watching touring car races in Formula One and TV, and eventually went back to Sachsenring every year to see the races. And yeah, since the track is quite near, I also got to drive it with my own private car a couple of times, doing track days and instructed track days and stuff. And the course itself is pretty interesting. It has quite a long history actually. It was built in the 60s, if I'm not wrong. It's even available in Grand Prix Legends to drive, the old circuit. The old circuit was a bit longer than it is today. It used to cross through 3 villages actually, so it was more than 10, 15 kilometers, I think. And then it was rebuilt in the 90s to suit modern standard Grand Prix circuits. But it still has a very nice layout of corners and really nice elevation to it. Goes up and down. It's a little roller coaster ride. And I've spoken to many race car drivers that actually raced there, and every one of them just loves the circuit and wishes he could drive it more, because it's right now there's only the GT Masters series and of course the MotoGP. And it would be cool to have more touring car series on there, like the WTCC or other high-class events. So I'm very proud that we will be the first car racing game to officially feature the track. So that's cool.
All right, so you're pretty much done with Sachsenring, and right now it's just bug fixing during this phase. And after this, what will you be working on next?
Next up on my desk, actually, while we are waiting for a certain data package for a longer German track, I'm going to be working on Silverstone. For that we have CAD data, which is going to make it really realistic, so we can have a pretty nice racing experience there, because Silverstone is a really nice and versatile world famous venue that is coming to RaceRoom, and just can't wait to get started on it and, you know, get to finish it and then race it in the game finally.
Okay, well, thanks for your time, and we hope to see Silverstone and that longer German track very soon.
You're welcome.
All right, so that was Alex Sumler, that you know as Co-Mate, talking about the Sachsenring, which we are very excited to release and to drive on a regular basis here in the office, having a lot of fun on it.
That was a great video, fantastic video, and that really gives you a nice insight as to, you know, the depth and the length of detail that we actually go to here at Sector 3 to make sure that our tracks are, you know, outshining a lot of the competition that's out there. Fantastic, good bit, yeah. Great stuff.
And we have another Sachsenring video we can show now.
Okay.
Maybe. It's just, as you can see, the ADC 2014 cars just doing a lap around the track. As JF mentioned, obviously ADC 2014 experience is coming. We're aiming to release it around mid-December, so this month, very soon, in just a matter of a few weeks. And obviously it's coming with its own, the usual ADC 2014 race format and regulations and rather complex pit stop system. With this experience, we're also introducing the driver swap system. So hopefully you guys will be able to enjoy that very soon this month. Apart from, we're focusing only on Sachsenring, but obviously it comes with all the tracks in this race series, including Slovakia Ring as a new track, and both these tracks will also be available in R3 as individual content. Same goes for ADC 2014 cars. As a car class, you can also enjoy it in R3, so it's not just within its own experience. We think it's great that you can use the same content across the whole game. Yeah.
Looks fantastic.
I think we are just going to mute the microphone and let people enjoy the sound.
And of course, with ADC experience, you'll also get ADC Championship and of course the multiplayer. With this release, we're also aiming to release pit stops for multiplayer across the game, be it R3, DTM experience, and everywhere. We're having some slight issues, so we're working on those, but hopefully we'll polish it and release it along with this experience at December. But yeah, this is the last experience, shall we say, we're making this year. But obviously in 2015, more experiences will come, which we will talk about later. We already mentioned that all the tracks are included in this experience. As you might have noticed that some of the cars are missing, unfortunately. We do have majority of the cars, but some cars, as you may know, do have some exclusive license agreements with other companies. So unfortunately, we couldn't get those. But yeah,
Maybe though.
You never know. You never know. We might be able to update the experience in the future.
Exactly.
So never say never.
Mm.
But yeah, maybe let them enjoy
A little bit more?
little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was the ADC 2014 cars doing a lap around of Sachsenring. Obviously, that was our I believe it was Bjork who was racing as AI. We also did a lot of improvements, small tweaks and improvements to AI, not just for the ADC experience, but for the whole game. So we hope that you'll find the difference.
Yeah, racing against AI is now more challenging, but also more fun and more,
It's more intense, isn't it?
Yeah,
it feels more like proper racing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was for GT Masters 2014. That's coming before the Christmas. And over the Christmas vacation, we also want to release a nice package that we actually already teased a bit, but it's the DTM 92 car package, and that we are hoping to release before the end of the year. Marco Hartikainen, our physics guy, is currently hard at work on those cars, and yeah, we're just like very hopeful that we can put that on the Christmas tree.
Yeah.
And we actually have a teaser for you to enjoy also, and I'm just going to show you so you can listen and watch. There you go. There was a
Jeff, just a quick question.
Yes.
Will that include some of the unknown DTM 92 manufacturers? Of course, we all know about BMW, we all know about Mercedes, we all know about Audi. But what about some of the lesser unknown that were taking part in that particular year?
Well, you've just seen the Opel Omega and the Ford Mustang from that year. That's two new manufacturers for you in DTM.
Perfect.
Yeah. So, hope you enjoyed the sound teaser, and yeah, actually you could see all the cars there. Apparently, according to the comments, you guys are enjoying it a lot, so glad to see that. Hope to see that under the Christmas tree, like I said. Let's see.
Definitely worth spending your money on that pack, I think.
Yeah, we think so. That's why we're making it.
That's the CEO speaking there.
That's absolutely. That's me trying to push sales as much as possible there, guys.
But we are we are doing our best to share this pack with you guys before end of this year. And like Jeff said, it would be a great Christmas present before we go on holidays. If we could finish this and share it with you guys, we would also feel great.
Yes. And that will be a pack outside of any experience. It would be in RaceRoom. It won't be an experience, so it's just a car pack. And currently, I'm only racing that with Zolder on the current state of the physics on the Zolder track, having tons of fun every day.
So let's just recap. So we're in 2014. We're coming to the end. We've had RDRT experience. Well, it's coming, of course. The GT Masters 2014 experience. We've got DTM 2014 experience, which is out, by the way. So if you haven't got that, you should be buying it. Again, CEO talking there. We've got the upcoming DTM 92 stuff. What else have we got, Jeff?
Well, for this year, that's about it. I mean, that leads us for end of the year. But 2015 is going to bring a lot of exciting stuff too.
Let's not forget the 2013 packs we released as well.
This year.
WTCC 2013, yeah. Talking about recap of 2014, I think since under the name of Sector 3, I think we achieved a lot by introducing the pack system and WTCC 2013 pack, ADAC 2013 pack, and the link discounts and everything. I think we had a good.
It's a good thing you mentioned link discounts because DTM 92, as you might know, includes a BMW M3 30, and that model is shared across with the existing model. So if you own that car already, you're getting a massive discount on that.
So that's even more of a reason to buy that pack.
I mean, the
But
car.
it's just maybe people don't understand what link discount is, but link discount is exactly that. Like if you already own a car.
Yeah,
a
I
car
mean,
model,
link discount is the term we use, but I guess a better term is also, you know, overlapping content, where it's the same car model, but obviously they still have some differences. The physics are different usually in those cars. You know, in the past we released, you know, ADAC 2013 pack included some GTR3 car models, but obviously they had different physics, and they were, you know, inspired by the actual ADAC 2013 cars in terms of their weight, their physics, and everything. But obviously, because they are still the same car, at least the body is the same car. You know, you get the car for just the other car for a price of a livery, or even less than a livery in some cases. So we hope you enjoy the pack. Hopefully this year, if not 2015.
Yeah, so a lot of good improvements to the game this year. But that leads us to 2015 and talk about what's coming after this New Year's Eve. And from a content perspective, I can talk to you about WTCC 2014. The cars from this year, this season, will be added to the game, as well as some of the tracks of this season. And those tracks we can actually already maybe speak about. But first, I would like to show another visual teaser of one of the cars that we already have in the game right now, in the dev game, not in the game for you, but we are working on it. The artwork is finished on that car, and it's just waiting for physics and sounds. So yeah, I'm just going to show you this teaser. Right, so small technical problem there.
We have some technical issues. In case you didn't notice, JF is navigating what we're showing as well. So we're kind of doing everything ourselves. So
okay,
we're ready.
I'm gonna try again. I'm sorry.
Take two.
Take two. So yeah, teaser of the WTCC 2014. All right, so that was a Citroen.
Very patriotic video there. You know, we got the national anthem and the Citroen car.
Yeah, and it was for those who maybe recognize the track. That's one of the new tracks that will come with this nice package, and it's Salzburgring. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but style program. And yeah, the other tracks that will be in that pack are, we can talk about that, Macau, Shanghai, Spa. Yeah, I'm dropping it.
Finally, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we're working on Spa actually. Maybe there is something for you to look at while we are talking. Yeah, this is the current progress on Spa. So
Nearly
yeah,
finished.
Nearly finished. As you can see, we can just ship it. So yeah, the full list of tracks will be announced as time comes. But yeah, very exciting pack because I know a lot of you are waiting for new tracks for the platform, and that is definitely going to be the pack to get because it's full of new tracks. Yeah.
Fantastic. I believe before the video, you also teased some liveries.
Yes, that was part of the technical problem I had.
Yeah.
But yes, we are also going to add a bunch of liveries to the game right now, and that
I
will
believe
actually
with this release.
yes, that will actually be pushed in this release. You can maybe look at this right now. Yes. So as you can see, it's a lot of Touring Classics car liveries. Here you can see the BMW 635, and it has real-life liveries, also some hill climb specific liveries for those cars. You can see here on the M1 Pro car, it's two hill climb cars. So yeah, many real-life liveries are coming. Also for the GTR2 class, you can see here some Corvette liveries, roof, and BMW GT2. And here is the Group 5 class, and you can see on the bottom the Fat car that is not yet released. Won't be in this end of year patch, but definitely something. I mean, this Group 5 pack will be something that we will be working on beginning of 2015. So you know, we're looking into making more packs in the future, and that's one of the packs that we would be working on immediately.
Yeah, and slowly but surely we want to make sure that each car we have in each class has, you know, enough liveries to, you know, fill up a grid nicely. Because right now we do have some cars with only 2 liveries.
Mm-hmm.
But as you can see, we're making some progress, and hopefully we'll have liveries for each car, a bunch of liveries for each car.
Nice. Good stuff.
Yeah.
So, what else is coming on 2015? What are we working on from a code perspective and features?
So it's well, obviously there will be some downtime. Things will be slightly slow because, as Chris mentioned, we're moving to another town, a new studio, a new office. So we'll spend some time moving things and setting things up. We also want to spend some time internally, work on improving our own tools and optimizing the game a little bit because in these past few months we kind of focused on features a lot, like this stuff in store and the pit stop system and whatnot. And we want to you know, optimize things, fix some bugs. We do have some bugs, as some of you might have experienced. So we'll take a step back and improve what we already have for a month, perhaps.
That also includes, I mean, not only features but also physics. We actually do want to go back to the old content, all the cars that have been released prior to, you know, the Sector 3 takeover, and we want to revisit all those cars and how they behave, and you know, so that will be one of the things to be worked on in beginning of 2015.
But there's something else as well. I think, you know, the community's been asking a lot of questions about multiplayer in general. You know, how are we doing? How things are progressing there? And I think you have a small little teaser, maybe an update for us.
Obviously right now the main focus is finishing ADC 2014. and fixing some of our issues we are having this patch. But some of our system backend developers are already working on a multiplayer dedicated server system, an application for our users. And I don't really have much to show, but we do have like a mock-up of a dedicated app we're working on.
Well, I think that's actually more than a mock-up. I've seen this functional
functional or dysfunctional.
Functional.
I mean, it is functional, but I just call it mock-up because the style might be something to change.
Yes. Don't look at this and assume that everything you see is going to be exactly like this.
But we want to have a rather user-friendly dedicated server application instead of, we don't really want users to go through a bunch of config files and going into INI files to just install a dedicated server. So we're working on a very user-friendly front end that comes with the application, where you can just set things the way you want and just start the server, and it will connect to a lobby, and your server will appear in the game. We think this is a big deal. Finally, we'll hopefully slowly we want to move away from multiplayer alpha and switch into multiplayer beta next year, and I think this is the right step, and we want to share this stuff with you guys the first few months of 2015, hopefully. Hopefully it won't take that long. But yeah, with the dedicated system, obviously we want to offer a very good league support, club racing, stuff like that. The dedicated application will come with its login system. You will be able to see all the race results, and you will be able to feed it into your own website if you have a league website or a club website, whatever. And yeah, we're just and hopefully it will be. We want to make it also customizable in some shape or form. So it will also come out as it will also be somewhat of an API. Maybe not fully fleshed out API, but you will be able to customize certain things and maybe share with the community. But yeah, with that, obviously we also want to, talking about league support, we also want to support leagues in the portal side of things. We want Portal to be this, the center, the central hub for all your sim racing activities. So if we can provide a good, league, good platform for leagues to spend their time in, I think that's a win for us. So we will work on some, league pages, so the leagues can have their profiles in leagues and whatnot. We will start looking into these things in 2015, which I believe it's very exciting. I think it's something you guys have been asking for a long time, and I think in the past it's been I wouldn't say avoided, but it's been.
I would say we were not ready.
It was hard to give an answer for a long time, I believe. But 2015, I think definitely we want to work on league support and work with you guys on improving the portal and the game and the multiplayer, definitely.
So if I'm in the community right now, which I am, I mean, I'm drooling. I'm drooling with what's coming. We've got RDRT 2014, we've got the DTM 92 cars, we've got these fantastic features coming, certainly coming to the end of this year, beginning of next year. It's looking really, really positive. Great stuff. Great stuff.
Yeah, I mean, and we will continue working on, the multiplayer itself, client side. We want to, vote kick system, maybe vote system for not just kicking.
Yeah, a lot of the multiplayer questions are still, being decided here in the studio, like how to actually do those things and how to deliver them to you.
Yeah.
But it's a complete package that, yes, we want to do and we will do, and we actually started. But, the actual details of what will come when, like a chat system, an improved chat system, maybe
Yeah.
that will come later. We still need to figure that out, and that will be done, like Sonat mentioned, once we moved office and we just come back from vacation, sit down, start scheduling our work for the beginning of the year.
Yeah, maybe we should emphasize this is definitely not for this release.
Yeah.
What we're talking about now is basically our priorities for the first few months of next year. The things we will look into, such as chat and voting system, and
because there are many
transportation.
things. There are many things in the in the plans, like leaderboard improvements, a player ranking system, so that you can be in a certain league within the game.
Yeah.
It can be some sort of matchmaking also on multiplayer. All of that is taking shape right now. It's maybe a bit too early to promise anything, but in details. But that will probably be the topic of the first live stream of 2015.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Which will be from the new office and
Yes.
everyone back from their Christmas break.
Are you guys looking forward to moving to this new office?
I still haven't visited it.
I personally have been in that town, so
It's great. I mean, I have
gonna
been
be
there.
quite interesting.
Obviously to sign the papers, but
I mean, I've seen pictures of the office, and we're lacking some
Which car will we put on the
racing
wall?
related images and whatnot.
who knows? I mean, it doesn't have to be cars.
Okay.
Could be guns.
Or tracks.
Could be. Who knows? Who knows what
Let's
the
see.
future holds?
Yeah, but as I mentioned, December things will be slow. We have to deal with the relocation. Also, let's not forget that everyone will take a short break, Christmas holiday, and we'll come back and improve some things, optimize things, fix some bugs, and then keep working on these new features such as dedicated servers and big support and whatnot next year.
Yeah. I think that's about it for what we wanted to talk about, but we do have a list of questions that you guys posted on the various forums, the race department forums, but also we got some from Twitter, Facebook, and I actually have them on the phone. Like we can.
But I will actually leave you guys to
Okay.
answer these questions. I believe you've already gone through this
Okay.
as together. But yep, I'll leave you guys to go through these questions.
Okay.
Good stuff.
Thank you, Chris.
No problem.
So I guess since you have the form, I guess you have to.
Yes. So from race department, we have Alési 27 or 27, who's asking, is there any plans for F3 European Championship or Formula 4 or else? Well, F3 European Championship, that's a support series for DTM. It makes total sense for us since we have the tracks already to start doing, start looking into that kind of series. Yes. And the problem for us with open wheels is that we wanted to make them properly, and we were lacking an animation system for the suspensions, so that you can see, stuff moving on the car. Now this might very well become a reality for us very soon. So, not promising anything, but it's definitely being considered. Open wheels and specifically Formula 3 and Formula Masters. And then we have also from race department we have Sunbro. How far are we with Nissan and Audi R18? Well, this car has been the Audi R18 LMP that has been teased before, is actually finished from outside, but needs a proper way to find it. It needs to find its way into the game, and yeah, we are thinking about all of that. Like the plans for 2015 regarding content are currently being put into a planning. Like, okay, what are we going to license this year? What are we going to work on? All of that. What classes makes sense in the game. All of that is being worked on right now. But that specific car is finished from outside. We just need to, give it physics, give it sounds, and put it in the game. And then we have, I'm just going through the race department questions. Felice Pugliese or Felice Pugliese. It would be interesting to know if in the future you will be able to save various setups for the cars, like your car setups per car.
Yeah, absolutely. This is something we definitely want to have, because even now you can see a grayed out save button which is not functional, because this has been in the plan for a long time. This is definitely something we will look into 2015, and we will probably use a similar system we do with championships, where we save it to the Steam cloud. So hopefully 2015 you will be able to save multiple different car setups per car, because they are very different. I think it's a good idea to be able to have multiple setups.
And now also from race department we have JS, who is asking, will the game get some more overcast skies and lighting as an alternative to the often sunny conditions? Well, recently we got the opportunity to start playing around with different light settings that are specific to a track, because if you noticed, right now you have time of day in the game, but it's always the same skybox, it's always the same light settings for each time of day across all the tracks. Well, a few weeks ago we added the ability for us to have total freedom on those light settings per track. So that's something we're very happy with, because that gives the artist a good freedom of making the track look like what they have in their mind and what it looks like in real life.
And we will be able to add
depending
so
on
variety.
Depending on the placement. Like I would imagine Macau to have some foggy morning kind of atmosphere. That will definitely be possible in the future. Yes, it's actually possible right now. So we will be releasing new content with that technology. New liveries, we covered that.
It's a lot of questions.
Yeah, it's a lot of questions. But I think that's about it, according to this document. We had some questions during the stream. Incoming cars. Any news on incoming cars? Well, that has been covered.
I think we covered that quite in detail.
Yes.
At the beginning of the stream, we teased a lot of stuff at least.
Ernie is asking, could you go more into details about driver swaps? Because I think they might be expecting multiplayer driver swaps, but that's because that's if I were sitting at home, I would definitely be.
Maybe I should clarify. This patch in December, we definitely want to include pit stops in multiplayer, but unfortunately we cannot make a promise on driver swaps in multiplayer. But for now, it will work in ADAC 2014 single race and championship, and. Well, it works just like an ADAC, the way it works there. You have your co-drive, you go to pit stops, and you have a long pit session, and you swap the driver. In multiplayer, right now, it doesn't. It doesn't work great. So I think we will not be able to include this patch, but obviously, it will be one of the first things we'll work on getting in next patch.
So we also have Aldo70 asking, is there more four-wheel drive driven cars like the Audi? He means the Audi Quattro in the planning. Well, yes. For in the GTO class, right now we only have the Audi, but we're working on more GTO class cars, and that one of them is the Nissan 300. Also 2015. The date is too uncertain right now.
Yeah.
But yes, there are tons of cars that are lined up for release next year.
I mean, it is our.
I think
plan.
that's about it for the questions. I can't see any more that we haven't covered.
Any more questions from the chat, perhaps?
Well, they're asking about Wayne.
The what?
Wayne.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Well, that's it, I guess. This has been slightly different compared to our previous streams. Because we're moving, our simulator area is a bit messy right now. That's why we moved up here, and we don't have any live sessions to show. So we decided to keep this short and sweet. We hope you enjoyed our teasers. For some reason, we do like teasing.
Yeah,
It's
we
coming,
do a lot of
it's-
teasing.
I don't know why. I just find it exciting. Maybe it's bad to tease, but I like it. But yeah, we hope you enjoyed the stream, and please subscribe to Twitch and our Facebook and whatnot to keep yourself up to date about RaceRoom. And see you guys next time.
All right. See you, everyone.
Oh, and
So-
before we go, of course, now that it's Christmas, why don't we? Well, it's not Christmas yet, but we feel Christmassy already. Why don't we give some free VRPs?
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks for joining, and see you guys next time.
Ho 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 ho! Ho 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 ho!
Happy holidays, everyone.